The magical, the mystical, the amazing, the poetic soul, known to you as Phoenix, and to some of you as Amber. I'm just playing. This is me. My name is Chris, and I am your host. And I want to introduce to you the author of the magical, mystical book coming out this April, Dequita Thomas. I kind of like that groove, by the way. That groove is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna sit here in front with you. But you see it? You see it, right? As long as you see it, that's all that matters. So I am super duper glad to introduce Miss Dequita. How you doing today?
I'm doing peachy baby, peachy baby, peachy. Always peachy baby. Regardless of the circumstance, baby, we can find the sun. So
that's all we need to know. That's it. That's it. Well, I am super duper glad. Before we get into anything, obviously, the book is coming super duper soon. We are going to make sure that we tag in the link, the pre-order, because you can pre-order it now. You got 3 different options. You've got the unsigned printed book. Go ahead, show them the book one more time. That cover is fire. Even the bird on fire. Mm-hmm. You have the limited signed copy. And then last but not least, you got the full-blown experience. We talking book. We talking guided journal. We talking candles. We talking all of that.
aromatherapy, baby.
Aromatherapy, baby. Exactly. So, obviously, you can go ahead and pre-order. We are going to make sure that we leave the link so that way you can see it. All right? Fantastic. Well, let's go ahead and see what we can do as far as diving in. So that way we can make sure we give you the best experience possible. All right? So, Miss Dequita, before you got the title of author, mother, and overall beautiful soul, tell us about who you are.
I am a well-rounded person who has had to grow through several transformations to be able to cultivate, to be able to want to put myself within a position to use my voice towards providing you a guided light, to letting go, pushing forward, letting you know that it's okay, and letting you know that it all shaped you. Move with grace.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Okay. Beautiful soul. Now, what we want to do is, for this particular episode, is we want to make sure we can dive into the younger you, that part of you that helps shape who you are. Now, tell us a little bit about your childhood, where you're from, things of that nature.
I was born in Greensboro, North Carolina, raised by my parents there. Over the summer, raised by my grandparents in Tarboro, North Carolina. I had dual living. So, Paquito City life, and then country girl over the summer and most holidays. But that's where I got the differences between being able to know about peace and chaos and what it can do.
Okay. I love it. I love it. To know about peace in chaos. So you would say, growing up in a historically black college town, there was a lot of chaos or a lot of peace?
The peace was more of the countryside. The
Mm.
chaos is the city if you don't know what to do in the city.
Mhm.
Because the city can tempt you, the city can lead you into the wrong ways sometimes.
I see the miles.
But it's not even the wrong ways. It's just experiences that help shape you.
Mm.
Experiences that help cultivate who you are. Because a lot of people don't make them out those experiences. A lot of people are still faced with not being able to face their own shadow
Mm.
for the remainder of their life. So it really depends on, are you going to be okay with making certain choices? Are you going to be able to heal from that? Some people can't heal from it. Some people beat themselves up every day because of choices that they made, when it's up to you to change. That's just like riding a bike. I don't ride a motorcycle like I ride a bike.
Mm.
One has an
Mm.
engine and one has pedals. One has
Mm.
a gas pedal and one has pedals that I have to move my feet.
Mm.
That's difference. And that's elevation. Because you don't need a driver's license to ride a bicycle, but you need one for a motorcycle.
You do. Even though it's a lot of people out here trying to ride with no license.
We ain't gonna talk about them. We ain't gonna talk about them.
No registration, no insurance.
We ain't talking about them people.
Nah, we not. We not. We
Because
not. We not.
for real, you don't need no registration. You don't need no license. They try to tell you that it's a privilege. It was the privilege when you would have bought that item. That was the privilege right there. They tried to play you. Tell them, don't be trying to pimp you. I feel you, Pooh. I'm with you. Tell them, clock your T, Pookie. I'm with you. Okay? I don't know about Chris.
I clock your teeth.
I don't know about Chris, but I'm with you, baby. If you gotta do what you gotta do, keep it dirty, baby. Keep it dirty. Keep it dirty. Ride fluffy, ride. You better find out the back road. You better find out the swoop these.
But if you can,
Mm.
please make sure you take care of your insurance and registration so you don't have high bills later on in life.
I would prefer you to get therapy.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Which is definitely why you need to check out this book coming very soon in April. Anyway, to get back on topic, to dive into Daquita, the younger years. What did what did your childhood feel like emotionally? Not just what happened in regards to like growing up with both parents and also, your grandparents on the summers.
Emotionally, it was topsy turvy because being the oldest, I know them a little bit better probably than they knew themselves.
Mm.
I watched a movie when I was growing up called Antoine Fisher and Holiday Heart,
Okay.
and I resonated with the both.
Okay.
I resonated with one based off of Chummy Time. I based off of the other one with being able to walk away from somebody, even though you love them. But it takes for you to understand that they have a sickness. It's
Mm.
mental. It has nothing to do with you. So I've had to grow through a lot. And with that growth and watching other people not grow, as a little girl, I've watched a lot happen. Like, you see some things in certain areas when you're a kid and you probably shouldn't have been there, but I've seen some things and it made me want to let people know that you don't have to hide from your shadows. Become friends with them.
Yeah. Expound on that in regards to being friends with your shadows.
Don't allow yourself to beat yourself up when you can actually grow from the lesson. I could sit here and say, maybe I shouldn't have spent all those nights drinking. Maybe I shouldn't have spent all those years doing this and that. Maybe I shouldn't have went and did this and that. Or maybe I should have experienced it because it's made me within the place that I am today, within the mental space that I'm in today. Makes me not want to put myself in certain situations, makes myself not want to. It gives you a lot of wisdom. But a lot of people aren't vulnerable enough to want to get the wisdom. A lot of people are okay with, you know, one day I'm going to look up and I'm going to look in the mirror and I'm going to notice.
We gotta clip that 100% because I feel like that. I'll be scrolling through my Instagram and I'm gonna see that. Oof. Jeez, so she knew what she was saying. She done hit them all upside the head. But to get back on topic,
It's just
when exactly, that's what it is, Now, when did you first realize that you experienced the world differently than some of your friends or people you were growing up with?
I really noticed it my whole life. I've always just tried to overlook it. I've really
Mm,
always been the oddball. I've always really been the black sheep. I'm always the one who sticks out.
mm,
Like she doesn't belong, she doesn't fit. And I've always been okay with that. I've always been okay with that. What I've never
mm.
been okay with is the fact that people thought it was okay to judge me. Because if I
Mm.
judge them, but I ain't
Yeah.
gonna do that because I ain't God.
And some people never learn that lesson. They never got it. They never understood that that was a lesson they needed to know. Exactly. So, definitely something that they need to change. Looks like we got a little bit of an echo, so I'm gonna try to see if I can fix it real quick. I apologize.
Oh no, I see you leaving, so I was like, hold up, you left?
Yeah. What we, what we doing? What we doing? All right. All right. Let's see. There's echo. Yeah, it's still an echo. Or is it echo?
I don't hear echo. You hear echo? Echo for a gecko.
All right, cool. Echoes out. Thank God.
Echoes away.
This is gonna be the Morales first episode ever. Well, that's fine. This is the way we should make it. So I agree. So, all right, cool. Uh, now I love the fact that you were able to embrace the fact that you were seen as an oddball, but that doesn't necessarily mean your uniqueness doesn't make you an amazing person. Because a lot of times we live in this world where everybody wants to be like everybody else or the person that they see on TV.
No.
When do you feel like your uniqueness was starting to be seen by others as beautiful and acceptable?
To be honest with you, I wasn't waiting for their opinion.
Mm,
I wasn't waiting for them to choose to think that anything about me. I've known that I was beautiful since I came out of my mama. So to wait
mm,
for another human to validate something that I already know for a fact, I'm not looking for that from nobody. And I don't think nobody else should look for that from nobody. That's why everybody want to look like somebody else because they need validation. Find that security within yourself.
mm. Oof. Jesus, them words cut hard, do they not? Some people are not ready for that type of validation, barely can deal with any type of accountability within themselves. But that's definitely deep and amazing. So I definitely got to give you credit on that one. Snaps up, snaps down. We got to do that. Yes, yes. So, we did end up getting a little bit of a question. All right.
You got a
So,
question? Where?
nah, they just trying to figure out where we at. So, was there ever a moment where you felt like your silence felt louder than their words?
The silence became when I started noticing that basically when you're in a room full of people and everybody's talking,
Mm. Now, of course, I know you grew up in that particular style town. Do you feel like you ever got swept away in the parties? I know some HBCUs. I mean, I come from Detroit, so our HBCU wasn't really that big like that. But I know, especially Aggie country, I know y'all got down. Do you feel like you ever got swept into those party scenes or that love, that particular life?
I definitely indulged in that life. I am part of the Gucci Mane LaFleur era.
Ooh. Tell them about the Gucci Mane LaFleur era, just for those that don't know.
I'm just saying, like the boy said, they ain't gonna pop one, pop two. We was out there popping one, two, probably a whole party pack. He said my shirt off. We had our shirt off. It was 40-degree weather. We tried out, we tried a few things. Sure, you
Mm-hmm.
have to go to college to be in college.
That is true.
Yeah,
That is true. That is true. That is true.
all up in the
So,
hallways and shoot, it's not even just A&T. You got so many colleges. You got Bennett.
mm,
You got UNCG.
mm,
You got other private colleges. You got Winston-Salem State up the street.
yep.
You got
Stephen
Central
A.
around the
Smith.
corner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm. So you
telling
had
you,
a.
there's some stuff to get into. What you trying to do? You
Mm,
could have a whole month of partying.
that's true.
And I don't look like I partied for years, even though I partied for years.
Hey,
That's
hey,
called grace. That's God. That's God.
that's God.
That's
That
God.
glow is real.
That's God.
That glow is real. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Hey, look at that smile. Over here flirting with the camera. Let's get back focused. Anyway.
You catch me every time too, like
Every
flirting
time.
with the camera.
Every time. Every time. She making them poses. She adjusting the hairstyle.
How
Wow.
are you?
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. Just for the camera. So we can catch these clips. Um, but I love it though. I love it. I love it. So obviously, of course, this is a poetry book. Do you remember the first poem you ever wrote and how it made you feel?
The first poem I ever wrote was a poem about nothing but my emotions, to be honest with you. And it was about not being able to do something that I wanted to do. And it was the first time that I thought that I should burn the poem before anybody else read it
Mm.
as well. So we're not. Mm-hmm.
And do you feel like, in hindsight, you made the right decision by not doing that thing and writing about it? Or you did do that thing, and in hindsight, you felt like you either made the right or wrong decision?
I wrote about it, burned it, did it probably about 3 years later. Cause I'm not really good with telling me I can't do something. It's like
I
you just
understand.
triggered something. It's like I can't. You sure? Mm, we might try.
Mm. So motivated by naysayers?
Always.
Mm.
Like Kelly said, be my motivation.
Sometimes you got to be.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to be. Now, uh, as far as coming up as a poet, would you feel like there were any particular poets, lyricists, or just overall speakers that help influence you to even see that as a mode of creativity?
My first time hearing Maya Angelou
Mm.
and hearing her speak, I I felt every word, her presence astonishing. But it just let me know that one day they could be me.
Mm.
One day they could be me.
That day is coming in April. Make sure you get the pre-order of the book. Yes, friendly plug. Do you remember what particular poem or thing she said that like triggered that response? Because that smile was bright, so I definitely took you back.
Yes, the poem is actually also in the book,
Mm,
and it's
okay,
the cage bird.
okay.
And a lot of people don't know that she went through a lot in her life. Maya Angelou was raped, married, young, beat, all types. She went through.
Mm-hmm.
She still stood up for everything she believed in, had a beautiful legacy. And women with those type of legacies, they shouldn't just be left quiet.
I
Someone
agree.
else should be able to fulfill that. You have others like Langston Hughes, amazing,
Mm-hmm.
amazing poet. Tupac, amazing poet, amazing.
I agree.
And
I
there's a lot of
totally
other
agree.
people. We got Wale. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out
I
here
know.
who
You know, we'll have that music conversation all day. So yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you when you're right. You know. So yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Um, Rounding out as far as your actual childhood is concerned, do you remember the first time that you ever said a poem in front of people? Not just like one person or yourself, but a crowd, and what that experience felt like.
So I actually just did that a few weeks ago, and it was not a
Yes.
small crowd, it was a large crowd. It
Oof.
felt very intimidating. It was, I felt like I was naked in a room full of everyone, and they was about to hear
Oh
all of
yeah.
my deepest, darkest secrets, but I still opened up, I still expressed, and they loved the poem. They
Mm.
truly loved the poem, and it opened up something in me that, okay, I can actually be vulnerable with everybody and feel naked, and they're not going to leave me naked. They
I love it.
covered me with warmth and snaps, and they embraced me. That
Mm.
was beautiful.
Okay. Well, I love this. I know we got a lot more to deep as far as really, really dig in and really, really go deep. So I want to kind of save that for the next episode as far as the ashes is what we're going to call it. But I'm glad we were able to kind of have a little bit of discussion and kind of get a better understanding of who you are, who Daquita is. Now I'm gonna leave this open for anyone in the crowd who has any particular questions, or if you have any particular questions that you feel like we might want to cover in regards to the roots of who you are and the edges. Yep, I see them. I see them. They there. They
Oh
there.
my,
You got them.
I got
You
mine.
got your edges. Yes. Yeah. You gotta make sure it's seen. You know. You know. Definitely.
I got
Yeah.
mine.
Hmm.
But this is definitely for people who are looking for a transformation. They're going through a transformation. They're just looking for positive words of hope. They're looking for someone to relate with, because next I'm going to be opening up a space where we can all just communicate with each other and talk about things that we went through, and to be able to build with each other, to know that you're not alone in anything you go through. Someone's went through it, and they're here to see you through it.
That is true. That is very true. Well, I am super duper excited for the next episode. I am so glad you took the time so we can go ahead and break this down. And without further ado, I give to you Mr. Quita Thomas. Now, before we leave, obviously, I want to make sure that I read a small excerpt from the book. Now, I've just picked a random poem that you've already posted on social media, and I'm just going to read it. All right? Now, keep in mind, this is not her saying these words. This is me saying these words. So, obviously, if she did it, it's going to be much better.
Oh, you want me to do it?
It's up to you. You want to speak the words?
Which one
you
would you like
do
me to
it,
do?
or you want me to do it?
I can do it. Which one would you like me to do?
Give him a little bit. Give him a little bit.
Would you like lessons from you?
Yeah, let's go.
You taught me patience, the kind that waits in vain. You taught me silence, how to hold my breath in a room full of noise, just to keep the peace. But more than that, you taught me endings, how to walk away from what isn't growing.
And I'm glad that we did that, as far as to let people hear excerpt of the book, as well as to get people prepared for this Ashes episode. Because we're going to talk about those moments where those little fires burn everything down around you in order to understand that journey of growth.
Yes.
Yes. Well, tell the people where they can come check you out.
You can find me at Phoenix Prison Publication on Instagram and TikTok, the Free Writer on TikTok, and that is free with 3s to be able for release. And pre-orders are available. A link in the bio, and that is on Instagram.
Well, I am so glad to have the opportunity to speak to you. I'm so glad that we did this. So I'm going to let the music play, let people vibe out, and we'll see you next episode. My name is Chris. Holla at you later.